Hello. Time for another controlled arch braces AGGA update. We'll try to make this one the quickest yet. So in my last video, I mentioned a few concerns that I had that I was going to talk to my dentist about on my next appointment. Had that appointment. The things I was going to ask him about were, one, I was concerned about, it seems like my front teeth were less far forward now compared to when I first got the AGGA off, and I wasn't sure whether that meant I had lost expansion or whether it was just the teeth kind of tipping back after having been tipped forward. He said it was the latter, but that we would correct that before I get my braces off, so should be all good there. He did, however, decide to do a bump out, which I think I mentioned in a previous video as an option that they had mentioned in passing, but that I was nervous about because at that time I had kind of just come out of the AGGA and these front teeth kind of felt a little bit destabilized, I guess. Like, they weren't loose or anything, but it just felt like I didn't want to push my luck by trying to push them even more forward. They don't feel like that anymore. They feel very sturdy, so I was totally fine with the bump out idea. Basically, they just like take the wire out and put it back in such a way as to create a little bit of forward pressure on those teeth. And you can actually see already I'm getting a couple of gaps from that right here, and then a little bit on that side. So they said to expect that, and here we are. So that's good. I'm getting a little bit of extra space, and everything feels totally fine. The other thing I asked him about was just the bite, how I still have bite pads on the left, and how it was weird to me that they put in spacers to try to make my molars erupt and close the bite while I still had bite pads in. His explanation for that was a little bit, like, I wasn't quite fully satisfied. Like, he seemed very, like, confident and, like, assured about the whole thing. Like, everything is, you know, going to plan and it's fine and it makes sense and it's part of the process. So I didn't really press further. But, like, he kind of said that they just sort of use spacers throughout the process. And it's, like, not a big deal. And once he gets my front teeth, like, more where they're supposed to be, he'll start shaving down the bite pad on the left little by little and having the teeth, like, closing the teeth little by little. He said eventually it'll be like rubber bands. So, yeah, and then related to that, I just wanted to make sure that the bite will be closed before I get my braces off, and he said yes, absolutely. He'll start working on that after all of the top teeth are where they're supposed to be, and I'm well on the way to, like, getting implants put in. So that was that. I felt a lot better after the appointment. Everything seems good. They did do a CBCT scan. They didn't have the results before I left, so I guess we'll talk about that at the next appointment, but they did that to make sure that there's enough room for implants and to make sure that the bone looks good. And I guess, assuming all that looks good, at my next appointment, they'll probably send me to the implant place for, like, an initial, like, referral consultation to start talking about when that'll happen. So yeah, I think that's everything. Hope you guys are good. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will be back probably in a month or so with another update.